Hey guys, it's Poison, welcome back. In my previous video I went over this Legion deck which showcased Legion and his interactions with Storm about duplicating the Storm location to lock your opponent out. Now, although this was quite fun and a bit gimmicky, I think in the long term success, if there is to be a successful Legion, you're probably not going to end up using the Storm with him. You're more likely to use the version that I think I'll play today, which is going to be either one of these two or some variation, being that you're going to use Legion in combination with Magic to trick your opponent effectively into believing that you may be going to turn 7 and then bam, you pop down, you turn 6 play and you end the game. So in this first deck we'll go through in the first game. What I'm focusing on here is basically running low cost cards like Ant-Man and Sunspot here, as well as Nebula and Iceman, to basically get as many cards down early as possible. Psylocke to ramp up into Legion if needed, or Moon Girl, and then use armor for protection on your 1 costs. Magic is obviously there to give you the option to go to turn 7, and then we just use She-Hulk alongside Legion on turn 6. So you skip your turn 5, you're going to use Legion and She-Hulk on turn 6 to be able to end the game with a bigger stat line, because your opponent thinks you're not going to be ending then, and you'll be ending on turn 7. And if you do decide to go end on turn 6 or 7 with Infinite, that's also there as just a big heavy drop. And in the second game we're going to be using what I'll call Legion Control, which is more focused around a control deck, basically using less 1-drops here, just Nebula and Sunspot, because they're really good early game cards. We're going to use Zabu and Spider-Ham here to not only reduce the cost of the cards at your 4 slot, but also just ruin your opponent's combos in their higher energy cards. And then use Shang-Chi to destroy anything that's a heavy hitter that we don't really want to be there at the end of the game. Cosmo to lock out the unrevealed cards, and then kind of the same package as before. So what we'll do is we'll just jump into the first game with Legion's low cost one here. So we've got Pow here. And we're just playing for a silver ticket at this point. So no big stakes. We're just going to try the decks out, see how they fare, and then maybe in another video we'll go for a gold ticket. So he's snapped because he's interested in finishing this up early, being that it's just a normal ticket. Now, there's another benefit there, is that Spider-Ham's hit out Infinite, so now we have no reason to just skip turn 5 to play him. Or in this case, skip it in turn 4 and just playing him straight out. Going to play the Moon Girl out. Going to copy this hand because this will be a good hand. Okay. Well, at the point it's still a good hand regardless of the drop cost. So now we can flood the board with 1 costs. Since this location is going to be locked up, we're more incentivized to play here. This means he is likely a Surfer deck or a Cerebro 2. Probably being a Cerebro 2, so we'll probably look to play these cards in here, which we can remove if we won't be able to draw Legion, because last turn will be Chavez. We dropped the 1 energy. So what we do is we retreat there because we didn't draw what we needed. If we'd drawn Legion earlier, we'd been in a better spot. We could have actually made him think this game was winnable and then just remove his Onslaught Citadel double. So now round 2. Since the hot location is 1 costs cards have +2 power here. We obviously really want to play into this location and benefit as much as possible. The reason why we're dropping Nebula down first is since she gains more of a benefit of being played earlier than Sunspot, we can probably take advantage of getting +2. I'm going to play the Sunspot out, so he's ready to go. Getting the magic down early just gives the opponent the opportunity to at least believe that we're looking to go for a late game. Armor gets hit. He's probably not got much destruction. He has his own magic. So now if we draw Legion, we're in a good state because we just push him down the middle. And we cannot play middle. That's okay. This has been reduced by 1. Next turn we're drawing Chavez. I think we're just ending turn. And we just play for the right and left lane. Oh, I forgot to press end turn. Okay. I think we're just ending turn.
Wind, aid my hand.
So Storm location is good because we're just going to play Infinite here and hopefully just outright win that lane now. 24 power. He's going to need the full combo to be able to win, I think. He's not interested in playing into the lane. These are technically the same because you're saving an energy and you'll gain that in Sunspot, so it really doesn't entirely matter what's played here. This is just to be fancy, I guess, and make use of his ability. And there we go.
Victory.
So we'll play into the far right lane just so we can avoid the unknown and obviously Obscorp. That's never ideal. And that's a great hit for us. So at this point I'll snap because I think we're in a strong spot, and since I'm ahead, I think this would be a good position to go from. Savage Land's quite unlucky.
Opponent snapped.
That lane is effectively a loss. We've been unlucky with our draws. We've just got the Rock Gang. He's going to storm out. Now, depending on what happens here, I actually could just win the game. What are we on? Turn 5. He could do a Blue Marvel. And there is a Blue Marvel. And since he's now locked out, I just win. Since there's nothing for him to do unless he's got a random Jaff. Yep.
Victory.
And we've managed to beat one of the stronger decks at the moment running around, being Cerebro too. So that's good. Cool. And we jump back into the next deck. Okay, so we found our opponent. We've got to Sang here. Obviously we don't want to ruin our Sunspot's card text, so we're going to play into the right lane. As you can see on the left up here, this deck is slightly different from the previous deck, being that we're playing, again as I mentioned at the start of the video, a much more control package. It's unfortunate though that we've had to lose out there. What might be fun here, don't want to snap, is I just duplicate this location and see what an extra 10 energy looks like. Maybe we can hit Devil Dinosaur. We do. That's great. We just gained 10 energy on Sunspot. I think that's deserved of a snap. We play out the She-Hulk. He full well could just have a Killmonger to wipe this out. Oh, the Shang-Chi. Yep, there you go. But that could have been fun. Just going to double up on the Infinite here. It's quite funny because I think we just lose this anyway. Yeah. We run from that one.
Escaped.
But we had fun with that. Legion is definitely a unique card, at the very least. Like, if we pulled him here, we could turn 5, hit that. And then just douse the field in squirrels. If he's playing a late game deck at least, he would definitely feel the effects of it. Unfortunately he does have a blue marble, so... Although it's probably optimal to go to Nebula, I do want to just get the Spider Ham out. There's a Clogon. Pulled the Iron Lad into the Devil Dinosaur again. It's quite good for him at least. Seeing as in that it's going to be a turn 5 play, we want to be in a losing position. This is probably the safer play. So now we're in a losing position. Get to play Shang-Chi out. I was hoping he'd have gone Freeze Devil Dino there, but that would have been a dangerous play for him anyway. I think this is the safest option. And it worked out.
Victory.
So what we were trying to do there is play for all 3 lanes, because if we're going to contest all 3, then there's a good chance that we should be able to win. Obviously it doesn't always work out that way. You probably could just lose by a couple of points of power, but you just have to take the chance sometimes, and I think that was the right way to go. An early Zabu as well was great. Since we don't know a lot of the other cards he's playing, other than we know he's got Thanos, we know he's got the other card we Spider-Hammed as well, that I forget the name of. We do know at least more than half of his deck, but if you're playing a card that moves the cards over here, we could have been in trouble that way. We have priority. I don't particularly want him to double, so we're just going to delete it with magic. Two extra energy wouldn't have been great for us, so that's good. I want to say the safest play is Cosmo down the middle. I think he'll play middle. I'll just snap. Okay, line that in. We're jeffing it up. Hopefully he doesn't have a way to remove the limbo, because I think we're going to look to play for the turn 7 this time. Oh, that is unfortunate. I think the best play is just to wait it out. What we're going to try and do here is just do a surprise final turn using a She-Hulk at 0, possibly use Infinite to take the right lane, and then just hope for the best. Otherwise we can Shang-Chi. That's what I was afraid of. So this lane is locked, so he can't actually do anything here. There's no benefit to not do this. There we go, it was close.
Victory.
That's where our focus is going to be, is to definitely Spider-Ham whatever cards are in his hand. We're going to snap because we want that last cube out of him this game. Unless he can remove the double from Kamatage. Goes to 6, yep. And then we delete the Blue Marvel and the Professor X. So that's 2 heavy hitters gone, and that is why Spider-Ham, even with the nerf, is still very strong. And then we're going to stop the switch of the hands because I want my hand. And we have to play a Pet Mansion. That's fine. Annoyingly, I think that's the better play here. We just Moon Gold on Jeff and She-Hulk.
I am inevitable.
What we'll do for now is okay, there we go. He's retreated. Well, that was it. So as you can see, they've got 2 different types of play styles. I still need to probably test a bit more to decide which one I prefer. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments below. Bye.